Welcome back to another clay video. Today, we are going to create the Eye of Cthulhu boss from Terraria. I will also be giving away a copy of the game with every boss that I create, so make sure you check the description to find out how to enter. I want to start out by saying I really do not know how to pronounce the name of this boss, so I may or may not be saying it correctly. Using this block of brown clay, we'll cut a little chunk off of it, and this will be perfect for the base since it's already squared. But it's a little bit boring by itself, so let's take some of these chunks out of it and smooth that out a little bit using our modeling tool. Next we have some aluminum wire, but any type of wire will do. This is to make the boss flying in the air, and there's some other flying bosses in Terraria, so we'll be using this technique on some of those other ones. This clay is very dry and old. It's been sitting around for a while, so it's cracking pretty bad, but I think we can blend that together with our fingers. We also need some green clay for the grass on top of that. We need a much thinner slice of it though. And this is a little bit old too, so it's cracking a lot. But using the modeling tool will blend together all of these cracks. And now we can start creating this awesome grass texture. I've used this technique a few other times, but it never worked out quite as well as it did on this one. I think the grass actually looks very realistic on this one. You can use a knife or any type of needle or sharp object, and you just poke in it a bunch of times and lift up little bits of clay. It takes quite a while, but it looks really good. Now with this ball of white clay, we will start creating the actual boss. I decided to create this boss first because it's probably the first boss you'll encounter in the game. You could maybe see some other bosses first, but this one's very common and easy to beat early on in the game. We can attach this onto the front of the eye. And now this red clay I had was, I feel like, a little bit too bright. So I added a little bit of black and dark red to it, and I think it looks a lot nicer for what we need. I flattened it down into this pad of red clay, sort of randomly around the edges, and this is for the back of the eyeball. Since it's somehow popped out of somebody's head, it's sort of fleshy and bloody in the back of it. We can smooth that out a little bit with the modeling tool. And using some more of this red, we can create the veins in the eye. This is by far my favorite detail on this, and it's one of those details that looks very impressive and difficult, but it's actually really easy to create. I've split some of the ends of them just to add a little bit of variation to it. And at the top we'll add this little skinny piece. And I've created a lot of these veins, but this actually wasn't enough. I had to create some more, but we'll just start attaching these on here for now. Smoothing them in at the ends. I sort of randomly placed them, some of them long, some of them short. We need to get them all the way around the eyeball too, so let's get them on the side. And all the way on the other side we have some more, working on towards the bottom. Let's get the eyeball onto the base so we can start working on the rest of the details, and this will help it so we don't lose the round shape of it. When it's on the table and you press on it a lot, it tends to get pretty flat at the bottom, and I want to keep this round shape. We have some more veins going around the entire eyeball. These ones are very tiny and not as detailed as the other ones. I'm really excited to start creating these bosses from Terraria. I've been wanting to do this for a pretty long time. A lot of the bosses in this game are very creative in the design and sometimes very odd, so it's going to be pretty fun to create them, and some of them are going to be quite a challenge. There's some pretty hard details on a few of the bosses. On the back of the head here we have these tentacles, the cords that attach into our brains. We have some very long ones and also some short ones. I tried to add a nice variation between the two. I'm a little bit worried that these longer ones are going to droop down while baking, but I guess we will see. Let's remove this from the stand and put it on the baking tray, and our eyeball is ready to get baked. After baking, we need to trim this wire a little bit shorter, and let's take some super glue, and let's stick the eyeball onto the stand. And here it is, the Eye of Cthulhu from Terraria. I hope you all enjoyed the creation of this giant creepy eyeball. I'm going to be creating some more Terraria bosses soon. And don't forget to join into the giveaway. You can find a link to that in the description of this video. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.